Miss Kendell. My name is Miss Kendell, and today, with another little craft, we're going to celebrate one of the most famous bugs of summer, which is the firefly, or lightning bug, or whatever you want to call them. These cool little guys help to light up the summer nights, and we are going to recreate our very own paper firefly. So, to make this cool little light up critter, we're going to need some black paper. You can use construction paper or some cardstock. You're going to need a sheet of white paper. You're going to need scissors, pencil, some type of glue. I'm using a glue stick today. You're going to need two things to trace the parts of our firefly. You're going to need something round with a big circle bottom and something small with a smaller circle bottom. We're going to use those to trace the body parts, and then we're also going to need tissue paper. So I'm using a combination of yellow, some really bright lime green, and some dark green tissue paper. But if all you have is yellow, that's perfectly fine too. If you don't have tissue paper, you can always use crayons or markers to create the light up part of your firefly. You'll also need an adult with you in case if you need some help. So the first thing that we're going to do is create the light up part of our firefly. So to do that, you're going to need the white paper, and you're going to take whatever you're using as the bigger circle. So the body is the big circle, and the head for our firefly is going to be the small circle. So I'm going to take what I'm using today to make the big circle, and I'm going to lay that down onto that white sheet of paper. I'm going to take my pencil and just trace that big circle. There we go. I'm going to set that aside because we're going to use that big circle again. So once as you have this, you can cut it out, just like so, and now you can decorate it. So like I said, I'm using tissue paper today in different shades of yellow and green. If you don't have tissue paper, you can always use crayons, markers, colored pencils, pretty much anything that you have to create the light up colors. So if you're using tissue paper, you're just going to take a couple squares here. There we go. And I'm using a glue stick. I'm just going to put some glue right down, create like a nice little layered section. And I'm just going to start laying down all those cool colors for the bug's light up body. It doesn't have to be perfect, and you can definitely layer colors because then it creates kind of like a cool design. There we go. Let me get another piece on here. Alrighty. So you're just going to keep gluing them onto your circle, and it's okay if some pieces overlap because it'll turn out something like this. So we have all our tissue paper on there, and there's some pieces that are sticking out. We're going to trim those. So I'm going to take my scissors and just trim off the excess. And you can always reuse that little pieces of tissue paper that fall off, or you can just recycle them. You're just going to trim all those little pieces off. They're floating down there. There we go. Gather up all my little scraps here and set them aside. So now we have the colorful body of our firefly, but now we need the wings and the head. So for that, we're going to take our black paper. And to make the wings, I'm going to take again the thing that I used to make my big circle. I'm going to lay that down and trace it again, just like so. And then to make the head, I'm going to use the thing that I have, which is just a plastic jar, to create the smaller circle. But you can use anything you have for the big and small circles. I'm just going to trace that right on the black paper as well, near the body and the wings. There we go. So once as those circles are created, you're going to cut them out and save some of the scrap black paper that's left over. So then we have thing we're going to use for the wings, the little firefly's head, and then the scrap black paper that we're going to use to make antennas. So to make the little antennas, you're going to just cut 2 strips of the black paper. They don't have to be very long. I kind of made them a little bit too long, but that's okay. They'll just have really long antennas. And then I'm going to glue those onto the firefly's head. So there's one antenna. And then another antenna. So mine looks something like that, but you don't have to make them this thick or this long. You can do whatever you want for your firefly's antennas. But we're not going to glue the head on just yet because we're going to make the wings. So you're going to take that black circle, the bigger one that you just traced and cut out, and we're going to cut it in half. There we go. And to put them on your firefly, you can line them up just like this. And then you're going to slowly spread them apart just like that to reveal your little firefly's body. So we're going to take our glue stick and hold those two pieces in place just where we want them. We're going to glue down those wings. So there's one wing. Oops, there we go. It's okay if they move apart. You can always readjust them there. They're nice and glued down to the firefly's body. So it looks something like that. So now we can glue on the head. So I'm going to flip this over, put some glue right on the bottom, and pop his head right on top of those wings. And then there is your little paper firefly. So you can always do different colors for the body. I know typically when fireflies light up, it's like a yellowy green color. But you can do any color you'd like to make your very own unique firefly. You can do reds and oranges, you can do purples and pinks or blues. Really, you can make your firefly look however you would like. But that is how you make today's craft, and I will see you guys next time.